Authenticity is just another word for genuine. In other words, being real. This word is being thrown around a lot lately, but it is not a new concept. Over the past few years, some incredibly influential people, like Oprah and Brené Brown, have been advocating authenticity. Authenticity is a way of being. In the words of Brené Brown, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. In this video, we're going to explore what authenticity is and how we can use it to make a living. Welcome to the Cash Cartel, a safe haven for future billionaires and innovative thinkers. When we're born, we look to our parents. We mimic certain behaviors and traits that we see in them. Slowly, as our minds develop, we begin to form our own beliefs and opinions based on all the information and influences we have been subjected to over the course of our lives. We begin to build our personalities block by block. If you think back to your childhood, you will remember that as a small child, you did not filter yourself. You behaved exactly in the way you meant to, and it aligned with exactly how you were feeling and what you were thinking at that very moment. This is why we can always look to children for the honest truth. After a while, and with enough reprimanding from our parents or guardians, we began to learn what society deems as acceptable behavior, and we began the process of filtering ourselves, our words, and our actions. Whilst there is great value in some social etiquette, like not picking your nose, the reprimands and rules passed down by generations unfortunately went a little too far and resulted in people filtering down their very personalities out of a fear of being an outcast. The outcome of this is imitation. Imitation has become the single greatest illness that mankind suffers from today. Without realizing it, many people have begun to imitate those that society has placed on a pedestal. The unconsciousness runs so deep that even those who denounce society's most popular trends are also imitating various other greats, who also denounce society's most popular trends. The result of this sickness is a worldwide population who is more connected than ever through technology and social media, but less connected to themselves and their inner beings. It is the ultimate paradox. People are suffering from anxiety, depression, and inner turmoil. The reason for this is not because they have something wrong with them. It is simply because they are not being true to themselves. The unhappiness that they feel is a byproduct of not living a life that is aligned with who they really are. This could look like studying a degree you aren't really passionate about, staying in a relationship you know is not right for you, or working a job that brings you no joy. All because you believe that it is what is socially acceptable. You live this way for other people, not for yourself. So how can you begin to unravel the protective veil that we donned in order to fit in, so that you can begin to peel back the layers and figure out who you really are and what kind of life you truly want to live? And how can you use your newfound authenticity to make a living? We're so glad you asked. We're going to walk you through our strategy to help you uncover who you really are and have the courage to live in alignment each day. It's time to get quiet. Get real quiet. In order to figure out who you really are, you have to stop and take personal stock. This is going to require you to go inwards and get honest with yourself. What are your core values and beliefs? Not what your parents think or believe. What you truly believe. Next, what makes you truly feel alive? Think about activities, conversations, and past experiences. Identify what you truly feel passionate about. On the opposite end, identify what activities or conversations suck the life out of you. Lastly, identify what relationships are no longer serving you and what parts of your life you consider to be toxic. Think of situations that leave you feeling unpleasant and ask yourself what it is about that situation that isn't quite right. What was your behavior or actions? Who were you with? What were you doing? Now do the opposite. Think of situations that leave you feeling authentic, positive, and aligned. What was your behavior? What about this situation makes you feel in line with your true self? Now that you have a clearer understanding of who your authentic self is, you can begin living and behaving in a way that corresponds with that part of yourself. This is going to take courage and a whole lot of presence. Many of your old behaviors were unconscious. The only way to not fall into old patterns is to remain present. If you do slip up and fall into old behavior, laugh it off and simply move on. There is no handbook for life, so be gentle and understanding with yourself and others. Okay, now that you've begun to practice authenticity, you need to ensure that your environment supports it. This means cutting out people and things that are no longer in line with your true self. Be strict here, or you will quickly find yourself falling back into old behavioral patterns. Once you are living a more authentic life, you will be more in touch with yourself. you'll have a clearer understanding of what you are passionate about and what drives you. Whether it be writing, singing, making people laugh, or even something as simple as gardening, you will be able to ensure that whatever you are doing, it is aligned with your true self. It has never been easier to make money. Thanks to the absolute machine that the internet is, the opportunities are endless. By starting a blog, online community, YouTube channel, or even designing your own course, you can begin making a living. Be sure to keep the content aligned with who you are, and the rest of it will simply flow. When you are authentic, you will find that people are drawn to you. They can sense your stillness and realness. This is where the fun begins and true connection happens. You can now get creative and use your authenticity to make yourself some money while simultaneously offering something of value to those who are interested in what you have to say. If you feel uncertain because you don't know where to start, don't worry. There are a multitude of courses and YouTube videos that explain everything step by step. Again, thanks to the internet, we have access to a wealth of information and how-to videos. You can learn absolutely anything, and when it's interlinked with your passion, it certainly won't feel like school or work. Now remember, these types of projects take some time to build, so you may have to keep your day job for a short while. Don't let that stop you. The reward of monetizing your authenticity is having the freedom to do what you love every single day. So make the necessary sacrifices now, knowing that you are working towards your purpose and that you are on the right path. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will beat the feeling and self-respect you will gain by living in alignment with yourself and your purpose every single day. Be courageous, be fearless, and most important of all, be true to who you really are. Once you have done this, you can begin helping others be true to themselves too. Take action now. Continue watching our videos so that you can begin the journey and unlock infinite wealth and success in your life today.